So now that you've taken possession of your home, what do you do next? Hi, Adrienne Harrell here again with Newbridge Management, and I want to talk to you about what happens once you take possession of a home from a renter. But before we even get there, I would say your work really starts when the tenant gives you a 30-day notice to vacate. Once a tenant gives you a 30-day notice to vacate, depending on how long they've been there, the rent that you're getting for your property today may not necessarily be at market rate. So that 30-day notice gives you enough time to try and research the market and find out how much you can get rent for your property once it becomes vacant. And begin advertising right away. The key to a successful investment property is the revenue that is being generated. So the sooner you start advertising it, the sooner you can start showing it, and the sooner you can find a new tenant that's going to go into the property at the market rate. But once you take possession of the property, now going back, is making sure that all of the work that needs to be done in the home is scheduled. That's when you do your move-out inspection with the tenant. Once you do the move-out inspection, you have to know what is going to be necessary to get the home rent ready. So that's why you have to have a lot of work orders that are lined up to get the work done. But more importantly than that, you have to get estimate for these work orders, and you have to do them in a very short period of time. Within the state of California, you have 21 days to make sure that you create a disposition letter that goes out to the tenant and to their forwarding address. And if you don't manage to do that within the 21 days, you have to give the entire security deposit back. That's one of the things that a lot of property owners don't know, that you only have 21 days to have a breakdown of what it costs to get the property rent ready. Oftentimes the tenant security deposit is enough to take care of all of those work orders. Sometimes it's not. And if it's not, then that disposition letter has to itemize everything that is being taken out of their security deposit. Don't forget that you also have to be prepared to provide proof. That means that you can't just estimate an item. You have to have a number from a vendor, and then you have to have receipts that back up those estimates. And you have to get that disposition letter to the tenant within 21 days, either with the amount owed to the tenant or the amount that the tenant owes you. And finally, I'm going to go back and say advertise the property. And if you have tenants that want to see it, make sure that you're available to show it as the property is being rent ready. And if you're going to make sure that something's going to get taken care of, make sure that it is done before the new tenant moves out. For these and other tips, look us up at newbridgemanagement.com.